Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Soberman XX, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to fix the arrow delay problem that a lot of people have experienced on the game Skyrim. Particularly, a lot of people that have Windows 10 for some reason have been having that problem, but this problem has harkened back to 2012 when the game came out, and I myself suffered from this problem until I basically pulled an all-nighter yesterday from uploading this video. So I haven't slept yet, and I decided that I wanted to solve the problem. So I started to look into the situation that caused it, and in this video I'm going to show you, as I said previously, how to fix it. So first thing that you're going to need a tool first. The first tool that you're going to be needing is this Rivatuner Statistics Server. The link is at the bottom of the page, and I'm going to be posting a link in the comments section as well. What you want to do, at least the one that I use, is download version 7.2.3, which has almost practically a million downloads. I did not download the beta, but if you want to try with that one, there's no problem. What I'm going to tell you is a solution that worked out for me. So before this, a little bit of background. I actually have been copying and pasting this game that I installed a long time ago with a CD from two different computers. So I used it in Windows, not XP, I think it was Windows 7. Then I upgraded my computer to Windows 7 using this same screen, and I did not have the arrow delay problem. Then I switched to Windows 10, and I figured that I wouldn't have the problem, but I do, this arrow delay problem. So what I started to do was I tried to find exactly what the problem was with this. And apparently, what I managed to scrounge out from the internet and through a lot of experimentation, it took me approximately 5 hours of pure dedication to try and get to this solution, is that the refresh rate of this is the problem. What you're seeing right now is a very big television screen that I bought exclusively for this computer. And to my right, even though you can't see it, I have a VGA screen. So what I did to check if that was the cause of the problem was I disconnected my HDMI and I turned my VGA screen, which is much smaller. It's about not even half, I'd say that a third of the television screen that I have. And the game worked perfectly. So it was a problem, apparently, of the refresh rate versus the game's resolution. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to enter the game without having the fix done yet. You can see that I have Rivatuner installed right here. I'm going to enter the game first, and I'm going to go to Windows. Here's where I copied the game, and I think it's activated for max graphics, so we shall see how it goes. Game is at max graphical settings. My computer is a very powerful one, a Ryzen computer. I can't remember, 3600X, if I'm not mistaken. You can feel a little bit of lag delay when you're moving, but it's not horrible or anything. Just gonna activate it. And the problem that arises when you're playing the game is the following. I'm gonna try to recreate it. I've been struggling for the last, like I said, I haven't slept in like a day, but that's because I get very passionate about things. So here I am in a location. I'm gonna load up a quick save. And apparently, the cause of this problem has something to do with the loading delay of a new area. Because when you load a new area, right here, I don't think, no, there's no problem here. This is okay. Let's see if we can travel to another location. Pardon the background noise. I live next to a very busy street. So in the past, you can see how there's a little bit of a delay when the arrow just fired just now. And that happens very often in this game. So if I travel to another location, like if I travel to Gallows Rock and I enter a building, or after a travel in this game, after I do fast travel in this game, you will see that the arrows sometimes, well, not in this case, unfortunately. Sometimes it's a very finicky thing. It happens sometimes and occasionally, but it usually happens after you load a new area. It's working very well right now, which is kind of unfortunate because I was actually hoping to get it to glitch out right now, which is kind of a problem because I was really hoping that it would glitch out. I don't know exactly why this is happening. What I have discovered by experimentation is that this happens a lot when you start to save over and quick save a lot. When you quick save, and quick load a lot of times, this will have a problem with you and it will eventually cause problems. I'm trying to recreate it right now. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked yet. It's working fine right now, unfortunately. But regardless, I know that this happens because it's been happening a lot lately. I don't know why it's not happening right now, but I assure you that it does, and that this is a real problem that people have when you get arrow delay in this game. I'm going to try to load another save, and I think that will make it okay. There it is. You see how the arrow comes out delayed. It took a little bit of time. I think there might be. I'm not a computer expert, but from what I understand, I think there might be some buffer overload, which, if I understand correctly, is when the game just doesn't know what to do with all the information, so it takes too much time to load something. But as you saw it right now, that's what happens. You get this kind of problem where the arrows will delay when they come out of the bow. You see how it delays a little bit. Now, if it's only one arrow or two, it's not usually a huge problem, but the problem is that when this repeats itself a lot and you're saving and loading up constantly, unfortunately this does cause problems later on. I think it's this one. I think I'm going to do another fast travel back to Whiterun Stables or anywhere. It usually happens after you do a quick movement, and the first 5 or 6 arrows will be delayed. See, right now it's working okay. Actually, the first arrow didn't even hit. So yeah. This is what I mean. The arrows become delayed for some reason. Now it's working, but you could see that there were a little bit of problems with it. Anyway, the solution to this, after a lot of experimentation, was to do the following. Again, I am not an expert in computers, but I do have a very dedicated personality, so I like to solve the problems. I'm going to activate the application Rivatuner. It's here on the bottom right. It's not an application that you can see. It's one of the ones that's running in the background. You click on it, and here's what you have to do. You go to Add, and obviously you have to find the executable file. Do not go for the Skyrim launcher. You have to go for the executable file, which is in this case the Elder Scrolls 5. I already did it, and here is what I did in order to solve it. I put the application detection level to high because that helps detect all the different options that the game that the rendering software has: direct draw, directory D, and OpenGL. Stealth mode not necessary. Custom directory D support, I turned that on, and I turned on two things. These were the two things that really fixed it for me. Frame rate limit is, well, as you can imagine, is the limiter of frame rate so that it doesn't go above what the resolution of the screen goes. Now, I actually tried to only do frame rate limit without scanline sync. If I understand correctly, scanline sync is kind of similar to the refresh rate. Again, I'm not an expert and I'm making an estimate. But I try to put this one, frame rate limit, to 60 and this one to 0, so there's no scanline sync, and I still got the glitch. So what I decided was I experimented with this and I put it to scanline sync 60, and ever since then, and setting all these options like this, on-screen display shadow and everything, and it worked. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to shrink the program back down, minimize it, do not close it, do not press the escape key. I'm going to go back to the game. Oops. And you can see on the top left a very small orange number. That is the FPS. This is a cutscene, so cutscenes are always going to be like this. And then we go back to 60, and it's going to be steady at 60. I think theoretically you can turn it up to 120 and 240, I think is the maximum you can go to. And you can see that now the arrows instantly reach their target. There is one time that I've had one very slight arrow delay when entering a new building, but we're going to test that right now. So the arrows work perfectly. There's no lag function, there's no lag delay. All your arrows are firing perfectly right now, and there is no arrow delay. And the reason why I did this video is because there's no real solution to this problem. I tried about 3 different options on Nexus mods for Skyrim and different things, and none of them worked, which is why I decided to make this video. You can see that there was like a very slight delay on that one, but the other arrows work out absolutely perfectly. There's no more problem with this. Hey, buddy.
Help! I'm being attacked!
Are you?
Mercy.
Bye. So there's absolutely no problem now with everything else. This is only a glitch on the arrow fire, and it usually happens more when you are, for whatever reason, it usually happens a lot more when you are crouching or, I'm sorry, not crouching, sneaking around in the game. I don't know why, again, why this happens, but it's also something that has diminished a lot, and now I can play the game perfectly with this. So there's no more glitches. I can go back to, I can do fast travel everywhere. Oh, right, I can't fast travel with enemies as well. Quick load, and the game will not glitch out or delay the arrows anymore, which is really good. You can see that the arrows are shooting exactly where they go. If I fast travel, usually this happens to people when they're fast traveling. I think it has something to do with the loading, but I don't know. And some of the solutions that I've read online are change the loading order of mods. I'm using like the high texture mods, and I don't have the unofficial Skyrim patch enabled because that doesn't let me absorb Dragon Souls. That's a different solution. That one is on the internet, but you can see now that even if I enter a building, the arrow immediately fires and there's no more delay. One final thing when you're using this application, Rivatuner, again, it's turned on, you have 2 options. You can do global or you can do the one that you're using. I heavily recommend that you go with a specific application and that you do not do this for other ones, because I have no idea what this will do if you try to run it with Warcraft or with World of Warplanes or whatever of the other games that I have on my desktop. So that's the video. Thank you very much for watching. I don't need to tell you what to do if you like the video. You know what to do. You're all big boys right now. So if you have any more questions, just leave a comment on the comment section and I will answer it at the quickest opportunity. So thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. And if you ever want to come to my stream, because I'm a cheap slut and I want to draw more people to the stream, go check it out at twitch.tv/sopamanxx. That's with 2 X's. So I'll see you soon. Take care, and bye-bye.